Hi, my name is Maricruz, and today, together with my colleague Alexis and Gris, we will be reviewing a little about the life and work of the writer Joseph Conrad. Joseph Theodore Conrad Korsanowski was born on December 3, 1857, into a family of lower nobility in Berdivich, a former Lithuanian Polish city, at the time part of the Russian Empire, and currently in Ukraine. He grew up in a family that was very active in Polish nationalist movements, something that led to his exile after the Polish insurrection in 1863. When he was orphaned at the age of 12, Conrad had to move to the house of his uncle Tadeusz in Leopolis, capital of the Kingdom of Galicia and Lodomeria in Austro-Hungary, and then to Krakow, where he studied secondary school in the Bartłomiej Noworodowski High School. In the year 1874, at 16, he left Poland for Mytilene, where he began his career as a merchant marine. We can say that Conrad abandoned his studies to live in contact with his great passion, the sea.
Conrad was considered one of the greatest storytellers of the 20th century. His parents was Apollonary Korsanowski and Ewa Bobrowska. His spouse was Jessie George. His children was Boris Conrad and John Conrad. About his father was a writer and translator of the works of William Shakespeare. He was also a member of a movement that sought Polish independence from Russia. In 1862, the family was forced to move to Russia. Conrad's mother died 3 years later, so Conrad and his father were allowed to return to Poland. About his private life, he was married in 1896 to Jessie George Conrad, whom he had met briefly 2 years later. About his important books, the author of 13 novels, 2 memoirs, and 28 short stories. The novel Nostromo in 1904 is considered by many critics as his masterpiece. His stories deal with the human condition and the individual's struggle between good and evil. One of his most popular novels was Lord Jim in 1900. Other works of his are The Secret Agent in 1907, Under the Look of the West in 1911.
Hey guys, my name is Alexis Garcia-Llamas, and we're going to talk about Joseph Conrad's relevant events in his life and place and date of his death. First, we're going to begin with his relevant events in his life. When Conrad was 5, his father was arrested for allegedly taking part in the revolutionary plots against the Russians and was exiled to the northern Russia. Conrad and his mother went with him. After his father's death, he was taken care of by his uncle. In autumn 1871, at the age 13, he announced his intention of becoming a sailor. His inspirations came from his reading. In October 1874, at the age of 16, he went to Marlines, France, for a planned career at sea. He spent 4 years in France on French ships. Most of his stories and novels were drawn seafaring career in the persons whom he had met during his bondage. On July 2nd, 1866, he applied for the British nationality, which was granted on August 19, 1886. While being in England, he learned how to speak English. Joseph Conrad's sailing trips took him to South America, Australia, South Pacific Island, Marlene States, Borneo, the Gulf of Samai, and parts of the Indian Ocean. He also took a trip down the Congo River in Africa, which became the basis of his novel Heart of Darkness. He served 16 years in the British Merchant Navy. Conrad gave up the sea in 1894 because he had become so fascinated with writing that he had decided on a literary career. In 1895, he published his first novel, Elmire Folly, and also married a beautiful woman named Jessie George. And his other book, named Chance, that was written in 1914, had improved to be a turning point for Conrad as an author. Conrad's place and date of death was on August 3rd, 1924. Conrad died at his house in Birchapbour, Kent, England, from a heart attack. He was interned. He was buried at the Canterbury Cemetery, Canterbury, in England.